Let me first begin by congratulating the President and the people of Kenya for a successful election. It's not just a Kenyan election for us, this was an African election, and we congratulate you. It is a pleasure for me to be with you to address the 24th session of the Governing Council of UN Habitat and its special theme, Sustainable Urban Development, the role of cities in creating improved economic opportunities for all, with a special reference to youth and gender. And I believe it surely is the time to think urban. In Rio de Janeiro last year, our member states committed to building a sustainable development agenda for 2015 and beyond, building on the finishing off of the MDGs. The framework for sustainable development adopts and commits to 3 interconnected objectives: the dimensions of economic development, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability. And this clearly is a paradigm shift from what we adopted in 2000, which was very much the social agenda. Excellencies, in this regard, the Rio +20 outcome document also highlighted the need to strengthen implementation of the Habitat Agenda. Member states agree that when they are well-planned and developed cities, we can promote economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable societies. Urbanization, we believe, is a powerful engine that can transform production capacities and income levels in developing countries. Indeed, no country has ever reached middle-income status without urbanizing. Distinguished delegates, despite cities' enduring promise to provide a better life, today they are largely failing to provide economic opportunities for everyone, and our youth, women, and the disabled all too often suffer because of the systemic barriers. Demographically, the so-called youth bulge in the world's fastest-growing cities has produced a severe crisis of unemployment. On average, youth are 3 times likelier to be unemployed than adults. As a result, there is widespread disillusionment and unrest of those who should be entering the most productive phases of their lives. Other impediments also remain. Many of the fast-growing cities in the developing world have neither strong manufacturing bases nor ready access to the latest technologies. In many cities in our developing countries, the informal economy is still growing significantly faster than our formal economy. This disproportionately affects women who tend to work in the worst of conditions. In this regard, efficient, low-technology solutions have the potential to create labor-intensive work. With adequate support at the city level for small businesses and the self-employed, this can provide significantly enhanced livelihoods for the dispossessed and the vulnerable. UN Habitat's work with local authorities can help make this a very real reality. Excellencies, urban form has also got a key role to play. Dense, mixed-use cities provide low-cost access to decent work and lower environmental footprints of commuting. Strategically located public transit can further expand access to jobs and services, particularly for those who don't have the transport. Distinguished delegates, as the Millennium Development Goals come to an end, we see what has been achieved. We also have learned the lessons, and we see where the very many gaps are that need to be addressed. However, we must finish that last mile if we are to address the post-2015 agenda in a real way. The post-2015 agenda must therefore be ambitious and must be universal and have 3 broad sets of actions. Firstly, we must reduce inequalities based on the principles of human rights, the rule of law, and non-discrimination. We know that slum dwellers are increasing in absolute numbers despite the proportional decrease and the success that we had in addressing the MDG target. Secondly, we need to transform economies through new job opportunities, especially for our youth and our women. Look at our production and consumption patterns and seek to continue to empower women, making sure that we leave no one behind. We must also see a broader agenda for how we look to the means of implementation and bring in the new partners that we have while building on existing relationships, calling all to account. Third, we must protect the future, and that must start now, and ensure that environmental sustainability is built holistically to the development framework. Distinguished delegates, sustainable development and poverty eradication will go hand in hand. Local economic development will play a major role in achieving these twin goals. We have to put people at the center, and we have an opportunity to set a set of universal goals that targets will make the actions different at the country level, but we will get the results that we're looking for from all levels, leaving no one behind. It is a real pleasure for me to be part of your Governing Council meetings and to hear the key issues and the challenges, the priorities that you will proffer for us in our discussion as we take the post-2015 agenda forward. I wish us all a very successful Governing Council meeting and look forward to the outcomes of these deliberations.